In the vast silence of the cosmos, where darkness whispers secrets and light dances in elusive shadows, a paradox emerges. An ancient star slowly dying, yet forging new realms of possibility. Imagine a celestial heart, once ablaze with youthful fire, now cooling into a crimson giant. Its expansion, a silent breath stretching across the universe. As its glow reddens the void, the very fabric of distant worlds begins to shift, their icy surfaces trembling under the promise of warmth. Europa, the icy moon, stands at the cusp of transformation, a fragile mirror reflecting the universe's endless mystery. Could this dying star's final act ignite a fleeting sanctuary? A cradle where life might briefly take root amid the frozen depths? The habitable zone, drifting outward like a whisper of hope, beckons us to contemplate a future where worlds once cold become temporary havens for life's delicate spark. In this cosmic ballet of death and rebirth, we are invited to ask, what secrets lie beyond this shifting horizon? But what lies behind this cosmic veil? As the universe stretches its vast, silent arms across the endless dark, stars burn brightly, their luminous lives a testament to cosmic grandeur. Yet, even the most radiant stars must eventually fade, their light dimming in a slow, inevitable decline. Among these ancient giants, one is destined to undergo a profound transformation, a process as majestic as it is humbling. When the sun swells into a red giant, it will cast its fiery glow far beyond its current boundaries, extending its reach to the distant fringes of our solar system. This colossal expansion is not merely a celestial event, it is a sweeping change that reshapes the very fabric of planetary destinies. Imagine the sun, a brilliant, life-giving sphere, swelling like a colossal ember, its surface expanding hundreds of times its current size. Its once steady warmth becomes a roaring inferno, enveloping worlds that now lie in its expanding shadow. This transformation is akin to a gentle giant awakening, but one whose awakening spells upheaval for the icy moon Europa. Today, Europa is a frozen wilderness, a silent desert of ice and shadow, a place where life struggles against the crushing cold, hiding beneath a thick crust of frozen water. But as the sun grows, the habitable zone, the region where conditions might support life, shifts outward, like a moving belt of potential warmth and liquid water. This migration of the habitable zone is a cosmic dance of paradoxes. It's a journey from death towards potential rebirth, a fleeting window where Europa, once a frozen graveyard, could become a sanctuary of liquid water, warmth, and perhaps life. As the sun's expansion pushes the boundary of habitability outward, Europa's icy shell might melt, revealing an ocean teeming with possibilities. This scenario is both awe-inspiring and humbling, a reminder that celestial bodies are not static, but part of an ongoing, dynamic process of change and renewal. Think of this process as a grand, universal migration, like a vast flock of birds traveling across an endless sky, seeking new grounds for survival. The icy moon, so seemingly remote, becomes a temporary refuge, a fragile sanctuary amid the chaos of stellar evolution. Here, amid the cold and darkness, the potential for life flickers to life, waiting for the right moment in the universe's slow but relentless clockwork. Yet, beneath this poetic beauty lies a profound question. What secrets are hidden within this shifting, expansive architecture? As the habitable zone drifts outward, what truths might be concealed within the silent depths of Europa's future? How much of our universe's story is written in the delicate balance between death and rebirth, between the freezing silence and the fiery promise of new beginnings? The answers lie beyond the horizon, in the endless dance of stars and planets, an eternal quest for understanding in the infinite unfolding universe. As we gaze softly into the night sky, let yourself feel the gentle dance of the stars. Imagine the vast, silent universe, a place where even dying stars whisper promises of renewal. Envision Europa, a frozen world on the edge of eternity, holding secrets beneath its icy surface. As the sun begins its slow, luminous expansion into a red giant, the habitable zone will shift, offering a fleeting chance for life to find a new home amidst the icy depths. It's a delicate, poetic cycle, death giving way to rebirth, darkness opening to possibility. If this journey touched your heart, if the idea of hope emerging from the cold resonates within you, let your voice be heard in the comments. Together, we reflect on the universe's timeless rhythm, an ongoing story of endings and new beginnings. Now, let's return to where it all began, to the origins of this cosmic dance. Long before the first breath of life, long before the whisper of stars awakening, there was only the dark and the silence, a void so profound it stretched beyond the reach of memory. In that primordial darkness, chaos reigned like an ancient artist, swirling in a dance of endless potential. It was a chaos not of disorder, but of raw, unshaped energy. Fire and dust, light and shadow, weaving together in a cosmic loom that had yet to find its pattern. From this silent chaos, the universe began to stir, awakening as if from a deep, slumbering breath. The first sparks of creation ignited in the forge of collapsing clouds of gas and dust, where gravity, the silent sculptor, pulled and compressed these primordial ingredients into luminous spheres. These newborn stars, like glowing embers in the vast darkness, flickered into existence amid the chaos, their flames a testament to the universe's restless desire to be known. In the crucible of stellar death, where giants burn out and fade into the void, new elements are born. Ashes of old stars transformed into the building blocks of worlds. The dying stars, like ancient phoenixes, scatter their fiery residue across the cosmic field, seeding the universe with heavier elements, carbon, oxygen, iron, each a fragment of renewal. These remnants drift into the darkness, waiting until gravity pulls them together again, like whispers calling for a new beginning. It is in this cosmic rebirth that the universe's grand design unfolds, a story written not in static moments, but in cycles of destruction and creation, death and rebirth. Dust from ancient stars settles into swirling clouds, slowly coalescing into new suns and planets, cradles of potential waiting to be shaped by time. Within these swirling nurseries, the seeds of life are sown, carried on the winds of cosmic dust, whispering promises of existence amid the silence. And amidst this eternal birth and decay, there exists a fragile, shimmering thread, an idea that life could someday find refuge in these celestial ruins, a tiny spark of hope, flickering like a distant star, ignited by the understanding that even in death, stars give life, that the elements forged in the fires of collapsing giants would someday become the foundation of worlds, oceans, and perhaps consciousness itself. Long before Europa's icy surface might one day melt into a temporary refuge, long before the sun's expansion swallows the outer planets, there was only the silence, an ancient, pregnant pause. It is a silence filled with the echoes of creation's first whisper, a moment before the universe's story began to unfold in luminous chapters. What remains buried in that ancient silence? Beneath these records, something is still alive. It is as if the universe itself keeps a diary, inscribed not with words, but with light, energy, and subtle signals that whisper secrets from the dawn of time. In the quiet depths of space, scientists have learned to read these cosmic diaries, fossils of ancient stars, echoes of nuclear fires that once burned fiercely within stellar cores. These signals are like fragments of a memory, frozen in time, waiting for us to decipher their stories. One such story is told through the faint glow of MeV emissions, high-energy photons that emerge from the decay of radioactive isotopes forged deep within stars. Imagine these emissions as celestial fingerprints, traces left behind by the nuclear forge that built elements essential for life. They are evidence of nucleosynthesis, the universe's way of cooking up heavier elements from the primordial hydrogen and helium. Like a cosmic diary entry, each photon reveals a moment of creation, a flash of energy that has traveled across eons to reach us. These signals tell us not just about the death of stars, but about their life stories, how they transformed simple particles into the complex building blocks of planets and life. Beneath the silent sky, data streams from distant telescopes become a kind of time capsule, capturing snapshots of processes that unfolded billions of years ago. Every gamma ray, every spectral line, is a page in the universe's autobiography. They remind us that even the invisible, those particles and waves we cannot see, are vital witnesses of history. They carry the whispers of ancient nucleosynthesis, of supernovae explosions that scattered elements across the cosmos, setting the stage for planets like Europa to someday host life. As the sun ages and swells into a red giant, the story of Europa takes a new turn. The shifting habitable zone, a moving beacon of newfound opportunity, could temporarily bring warmth to Europa's icy shell. Beneath this frozen exterior lies a hidden ocean, a liquid realm waiting to be explored. The same nuclear secrets encoded in the universe's early signals hint at the potential for life, even in these distant cold worlds. When the sun becomes a red giant, it will transform the landscape, not just physically, but in the very narrative of possibility. Europa's icy shell may melt, revealing a liquid ocean that could cradle microbial life, a fleeting refuge in the vast cosmic wilderness. In this cosmic diary, the past and the future are intertwined. The evidence of ancient nucleosynthesis, carried to us by invisible particles, reminds us that life's story is written in the fabric of the universe itself. We are custodians of these records, reading the faint echoes of creation, understanding that the universe's history is a continuous dialogue, a poetic testament to transformation. Beneath these silent signals, something is still alive. The enduring hope that, amid the darkness and cold, life might find a way to emerge once more, nourished by the very ashes of stellar death and the promise of new beginnings. As the universe whispers its ancient secrets, there is a realm beneath Europa's icy shell that remains forever hidden from sight. Beneath the frozen crust, an unseen universe stirs, microscopic worlds brimming with potential, layered within the dark, pressurized depths where no sunlight dares to penetrate. It's a terrain so alien that even the most powerful telescopes cannot reach, yet it holds the key to understanding whether life can survive beyond the familiar. Imagine a landscape of liquid water, warmed not by the sun, but by the relentless decay of radioactive elements and the gravitational flexing from Europa's orbit. Here, geothermal energy creates an environment where life could cling to existence, thriving in secret. These microscopic ecosystems, shielded from the vacuum of space and the frigid surface, are like whispers of possibilities, hidden pockets of biology, waiting to be awakened by the right conditions. But what kind of life waits inside this silence? Could it be simple bacteria, or something more complex, adapted to thrive in extreme darkness and pressure? Now, contrast this subterranean world with the vastness of the cosmos itself. Beyond Europa's shadowy depths, the universe's grander structures unfold. Galaxies swirling in silent ballet, stars exploding in brilliant supernovae, leaving behind remnants of elements essential for life. Among these remnants is an invisible but powerful force, a magnetar. This neutron star, with its magnetic field trillions of times stronger than Earth's, exerts a silent, invisible grip on space-time, twisting and contorting the very fabric of the universe. The magnetar's magnetic field is a force so immense that it can influence the positioning of particles in the dark, distant reaches, an unseen structure shaping the universe's destiny. Its presence is like a cosmic heartbeat, pulsing in the darkness, guiding the dispersal of elements and energy. This unseen titan's influence reaches across light years, subtly altering the pathways of cosmic dust and radiation. And in this shifting balance, the universe's fundamental ingredients for life are redistributed, perhaps even reaching Europa's hidden depths, carried by the faint whispers of particles and energy. As the sun swells into a red giant, its habitable zone migrates outward, crossing Europa's orbit. The icy shell begins to melt, cracking open like a fragile shell of glass, revealing a liquid ocean beneath. But this transformation is not just surface level. It's a radical reconfiguration of the very environment that could harbor life. The once permanent ice becomes a fleeting refuge, a temporary cradle for life that adapts, evolves, and perhaps even thrives in the shifting extreme conditions. Yet, the question persists. In this transient window of opportunity, what survives beneath the ice? Are these life forms mere microbial echoes, or do they possess an uncanny resilience, perhaps even forms that can communicate across the darkness, echoing the universe's mysterious, unseen structures? Could they be influenced by the distant, invisible pull of the magnetar, guiding their evolution in ways we have yet to comprehend? The unseen world beneath Europa's surface and the cosmic forces beyond are intertwined in a silent dance, one that holds the potential to unlock answers to our deepest questions. In the darkness, in the extreme, life might be waiting, not in grand, obvious forms, but as delicate, microscopic whispers, shaped by forces we have only begun to understand. And as the universe shifts and changes, so too does the promise that life, in some form or another, will find a way to endure, even in the most extreme and unseen corners of the cosmos. As the universe unfolds its timeless dance, life demonstrates a quiet resilience that echoes through the vastness of space and the depths of the smallest cell. On Europa, the icy moon hidden beneath a frozen shell, this resilience is almost poetic in its patience and persistence. As the sun prepares to swell into a red giant, its warmth will gradually reach Europa's distant shores, melting the icy barrier that has long kept its secrets hidden. This transformation, while catastrophic in cosmic terms, offers a fleeting window, a moment when life, if it exists in those hidden depths, might reach out for the possibilities of a new beginning. In the cold, dark depths of Europa's subterranean ocean, microorganisms have persisted for eons, adapted to a world of crushing pressure, darkness, and extreme cold. Their survival is a testament to nature's stubbornness, a silent melody of persistence that echoes through time. Like tiny lanterns flickering in the blackness, these microbes cling to life, feeding on chemical whispers from beneath the seafloor. Their resilience a mirror of human tenacity in the face of adversity. When we confront our own challenges, loss, failure, the quiet despair of long struggles, We find in them a reflection of this microscopic perseverance. We, too, learn to endure, to adapt, to keep hope alive in the darkest moments of our lives. As the habitable zone shifts outward, the warming of Europa's surface could unlock a brief window for life to expand or emerge anew. The melting ice reveals an ocean teeming with unseen possibilities, a liquid mirror of potential. It's as if the universe, in its gentle patience, invites life to forge pathways through the coldest, most forbidding environments. This process is reminiscent of human resilience, how, in moments of despair, we find within ourselves the capacity to adapt, to move forward despite obstacles that seem insurmountable. Like the microbes that slowly expand their reach into the warming waters, humans learn to navigate the shifting landscapes of their lives, seeking light in places once thought too cold or dark. The universe's silent, invisible forces, like a magnetar's mighty magnetic field, shape the distribution of particles and elements essential to life. These forces, though beyond our perception, influence the very fabric of existence, guiding the formation of worlds and the potential for life's persistence. In a poetic sense, they serve as a reminder that resilience is woven into the cosmos itself, a delicate balance of chaos and order, destruction and rebirth. Just as a seed lies dormant beneath winter's snow, waiting for the right moment to sprout, life in Europa's depths waits patiently, nurtured by unseen forces, ready to bloom when conditions permit. If life finds a way there, amid ice and darkness, what are we capable of surviving? The answer whispers softly through the ages, more than we often imagine. Our resilience mirrors that of the smallest microbes, the unyielding perseverance of species that adapt and thrive against all odds. It is a quiet, enduring hope, like the steady beat of a heart, that even in the universe's coldest, most hostile corners, life's gentle persistence continues, weaving itself into the fabric of existence. In contemplating Europa's potential, we are reminded of our own journeys. The struggles we face, the setbacks and the moments of quiet despair, are but part of a larger story of endurance. Just as the icy moon may one day host new life, so too can we find new strength within ourselves, renewed, resilient, and hopeful. The universe teaches us that even in the most inhospitable environments, life's whisper persists, a gentle song of perseverance that urges us to believe in the impossible. And perhaps, in this silent symphony of persistence, we find our own reflection, that no matter how cold or dark the world may seem, there is always a spark, a tiny, resilient spark that refuses to be extinguished, guiding us toward the dawn. As the sun swells into a red giant, everything we know begins to change. Europa, the icy moon, stands on the brink of transformation. The habitable zone is shifting outward. The frozen surface may soon melt, revealing an ocean teeming with unseen life. But this window is fragile, an uncertain chance for survival. Imagine microorganisms awakening, thriving in warmth for the first time in eons. Could this be humanity's first glimpse of extraterrestrial life? Or will the harsh forces of the cosmos snatch this opportunity away? And yet, something is unraveling fast. The clock is ticking. The universe's invisible forces, its silent architects, are pushing Europa toward a fleeting moment of hope. What does this awakening mean to you? Does it ignite a spark of hope? Or a warning? The stakes couldn't be higher. Stay with us. Because in this cosmic race against time, every second counts. As the sun swells into its final act, expanding into a red giant, the universe itself begins to unravel in a symphony of destruction. The cosmic fabric, once a stable tapestry, now tears apart at the seams. Fields of energy ripple outward, tearing through the fabric of space with an unstoppable ferocity, like a savage beast rending its prey. It is a catastrophic crescendo that no force can halt, no matter how ancient or mighty. On Earth, the effects are no less devastating. The ice caps, once vast and unyielding, melt in a relentless tide, their icy prisons dissolving into the warming oceans. The polar ice, the frozen vaults of the planet's history, turn to slush and water, spilling into the seas in a final desperate surge. The planet's surface cracks and shudders under the weight of this transformation, as if the very skin of Earth is bleeding from a mortal wound. The once stable climate collapses into chaos. Storms rage with ferocious abandon, and the skies darken with ash and soot. Entire ecosystems, finely balanced over eons, are wiped out in an instant, replaced by a barren wasteland of salt and ash. Meanwhile, the cosmic forces mirror this terrestrial devastation in their own brutal, unforgiving way. Magnetars, stars of unimaginable density, collapse under their own magnetic weight, their fields snapping and shattering in violent bursts that send shock waves rippling through the universe. These collapses are like the final death throes of a titan, an implosion so powerful it distorts the very fabric of reality. Particles, once held in fragile balance, are ripped apart, flung across the cosmos in streams of deadly radiation. It is as if the universe itself is bleeding out, each collapse a dagger plunged into the heart of cosmic order. In this maelstrom of destruction, the universe reveals its brutal truth. Nothing is permanent. The forces that shaped galaxies and stars, those invisible titans, are now turning against themselves, devouring their own energy in a final, unstoppable feast. The stars, the planets, the very fabric of space and time, each is a fragile vessel in a cosmic storm that shows no mercy. The universe's great machinery, once so precise and majestic, now sputters and stalls, gears grinding against the inevitable collapse. And in that unraveling, new powers begin to stir. Dark matter coalesces in the shadows of the dying cosmos, whispering promises of rebirth from the ashes of destruction. But for now, the universe is a graveyard of what was, a silent testament to the brutality of cosmic entropy. The Earth, with its melting ice and dying seas, stands as a mirror to this universal decline, an echo of entropy's relentless march. The once vibrant biosphere, teeming with life, dissolves into dust, leaving behind only memories of what once thrived on this fragile blue speck. This is the moment when the very fabric of existence begins to fray, when the cosmic symphony of creation turns into a dirge of decay. It is a reminder that even the mightiest stars, the most ancient worlds, and the most resilient life forms are all subject to the same inevitable fate: dissolution into the darkness. The universe, in its grand, terrifying dance, shows us that nothing can escape its final, inescapable embrace. As the last light flickers and fades, the cosmos whispers a grim truth: all that is will be no more. As the sun begins its transformation into a red giant, the shifting of the habitable zone around it presents both an extraordinary opportunity and a profound dilemma. Europa, with its hidden ocean beneath thick ice, emerges as a potential refuge for life, perhaps even for humanity, during this turbulent cosmic phase. But as we contemplate this possibility, we are forced to confront complex questions about space mining, inequality, power, and ethics. Who truly stands to benefit from these celestial treasures? And at what cost do we pursue control over these distant worlds? Our knowledge of Europa's subsurface ocean ignites a new frontier in resource extraction. Rare earth elements, vital for our technological industries, smartphones, renewable energy systems, advanced weaponry, are believed to be present in abundance beneath its icy shell. The temptation to claim these resources is undeniable. Yet, unlike terrestrial mining, which has historically been driven by economic gain and political ambition, space mining introduces a new dimension of risk and morality. It is not merely about economic advantage. It becomes a question of sovereignty over alien environments and the ethical implications of exploiting worlds that may harbor life or possess intrinsic value beyond human utility. The parallels with Earth's history are stark. Colonization and resource extraction have long been intertwined with inequality and power struggles. Colonial powers once claimed territories across continents, driven by the pursuit of wealth and strategic dominance. Today, a handful of corporations and nations dominate space exploration, motivated by a desire to secure future resources and geopolitical supremacy. Their investments in space mining are often cloaked in scientific progress, yet beneath this veneer lies a desire to control the very fabric of the cosmos, to turn celestial bodies into new colonies of economic dominance. This pursuit raises uncomfortable questions about control and access. Who will truly benefit from Europa's riches? Will this new frontier replicate Earth's patterns of inequality, where the few extract at the expense of the many? Historically, the exploitation of rare earths and other critical materials has often marginalized indigenous populations and perpetuated global disparities. Now, as humanity eyes Europa, the risk is that the same dynamics will unfold on a cosmic scale. Privileged nations and corporations reaping the rewards, while others are left behind, or rendered invisible in the shadow of progress. Ethical dilemmas deepen when considering the potential for life beneath Europa's ice. If microbial communities exist there, if life, in any form, is discovered, our actions become even more morally charged. Do we have the right to disturb or destroy ecosystems that have existed untouched for eons? The temptation to mine and colonize must be weighed against the risk of contamination, ecological disruption, and the moral responsibility to preserve environments that might be considered non-human stakeholders. These are questions that echo the debates surrounding terrestrial conservation, yet amplified by the remoteness and unfamiliarity of extraterrestrial worlds. Control over space resources also intersects with geopolitical ambitions. Countries and corporations are investing heavily in space technology, driven by visions of sovereignty and dominance. The Artemis Accords, the establishment of lunar rights, and the race to mine asteroid belts reflect a future where space is seen as the new battleground for power. This raises concerns about the militarization of space, the potential for conflicts over territorial claims, and the marginalization of smaller nations that lack the capacity to participate in this new era of expansion. Furthermore, the economic motivations often mask underlying agendas. The extraction of rare materials from Europa could bolster national economies, fund military advancements, or secure technological independence. But at what cost? The environmental and ethical costs of space mining are often overlooked in favor of immediate gains. Just as terrestrial colonialism exploited natural and human resources for the benefit of imperial powers, space endeavors risk repeating these patterns, albeit on a cosmic scale, where the pursuit of wealth and power eclipses considerations of justice and stewardship. This complex web of motivations and consequences prompts us to reflect on the nature of control. Who truly shapes the future of space exploration? Is it the governments and corporations wielding the technology and the resources, or the marginalized voices, those advocating for planetary protection, ethical standards, and equitable access? As we look toward Europa's icy depths as a potential sanctuary for life, we are reminded that the decisions we make today will echo through the cosmos, shaping not only the destiny of celestial bodies, but also the moral fabric of our civilization. And so we ask, who shapes the future, and who is forgotten in its shadow? Will we remember the indigenous ecosystems and the potential for life beyond Earth? Or will we be blinded by ambition and greed? Will Europa become a symbol of human ingenuity and ethical responsibility, or a testament to our capacity for exploitation? The answers lie in the choices we make now, choices that demand reflection, humility, and a recognition that in seeking control over the universe, we must also seek accountability and justice. In contemplating Europa's fate as the sun expands, we are confronted with the broader question of what kind of legacy we wish to leave behind. Will we be custodians of the cosmos, guided by a respect for life and the intrinsic value of all worlds? Or will we be conquerors? As the sun begins its inevitable transformation into a red giant, the fate of Europa hangs in a delicate balance. The shifting habitable zone promises a fleeting window of opportunity, an era when the icy moon could become a sanctuary for life. But this promise is shadowed by profound ethical dilemmas that challenge our very humanity. We stand at a crossroads, with the power to shape the future, and the weight of that responsibility presses heavily upon us. In one vision of the future, humanity approaches Europa with reverence and humility. Recognizing that this icy world may harbor microbial life, an alien echo of our own origins, we choose to tread carefully. Instead of rushing to exploit its resources, we establish stringent protections, respecting the integrity of its environment. We develop technologies that minimize contamination, ensuring that our curiosity does not become a form of invasion. Our actions are guided by a moral compass that values preservation over profit, understanding that the true value of Europa lies not in what it can give us, but in preserving its potential for life and discovery. This future is not without challenge. It demands global cooperation, transparent governance, and a willingness to prioritize ethical considerations over short-term gains. Yet, it embodies the hope that we can expand our understanding without diminishing the worlds that sustain it. Conversely, in a darker future, the allure of resources and technological advancement pushes us toward exploitation. Driven by economic competition and national interests, we ignore the fragile balance of Europa's ecosystem. The rush to mine rare elements beneath its ice leads to irreversible damage, contaminating the subsurface ocean, destroying microbial communities that could be the first signs of extraterrestrial life. Ethical boundaries are crossed in the pursuit of dominance, turning Europa into a battleground of interests. The planet's potential for life is sacrificed for immediate technological gains, and in doing so, we risk not only losing an alien biosphere, but also undermining our own moral integrity. This path breeds environmental degradation, geopolitical conflict, and a deepening sense of disconnection from the universe we inhabit. In the end, it's not just a story of stars, it's a story of us. The future of Europa mirrors our collective choices, our values, and our capacity for empathy. We hold the keys to either safeguarding the unknown or exploiting it recklessly. Our decisions today will define whether Europa remains a pristine sanctuary or becomes a cautionary tale of greed and neglect. Imagine standing at the precipice of this future. The question is no longer just about what Europa can offer us, but about what we are willing to become. Will we choose humility and respect, recognizing our role as stewards of worlds beyond our own? Or will we succumb to the temptation of domination, risking irreversible harm? Our agency is the pivot point, the moment where hope and despair diverge. As the habitable zone shifts with the sun's expansion, so too does our moral landscape. We can harness this moment to forge a legacy rooted in integrity, advancing science while honoring the intrinsic value of the worlds we explore. Or we can allow greed to override conscience, turning Europa into a symbol of human short-sightedness. The future is not predetermined. It is shaped by our collective will, by the stories we choose to tell, and by the principles we uphold. We have the power to ensure that Europa's icy depths remain a testament to curiosity and respect, or that they become a warning etched into the cosmic memory. Ultimately, the choice is ours. The universe is vast, mysterious, and indifferent, but it is also ours to interpret and influence. As we look toward Europa's potential, let us remember, every action reflects who we are. And in this moment, our choices will echo through eternity, defining whether we are custodians of life or harbingers of destruction. In the end, it's not just a story of stars, it's a story of us. Now, let us fall into silence, where the universe's quiet whispers carry the weight of our choices. As the sun swells and the icy depths of Europa become a fleeting sanctuary, we stand at a crossroads, between greed and reverence, between destruction and hope. The destiny of this moon depends not just on cosmic forces, but on the conscience we carry within. Let your voice be the ripple that awakens awareness, the spark that guides us toward a future where we honor life's fragile potential amidst the stars. Imagine a world where exploration is tempered with humility, where every decision echoes the respect we owe to the universe's silent witnesses. Share your reflections, your hopes, your fears. Let them be the seeds of change. Because in the vastness of space, it is our humanity that will define whether Europa becomes a sanctuary or a grave. The cosmos listens. Your voice can shape what comes next. As the sun's fiery transformation continues, the shifting of the habitable zone becomes an inevitable dance of cosmic timing, inviting Europa's icy surface to reveal hidden worlds beneath its frozen shell. What once was a distant whisper of possibility now hums as a tentative sanctuary for life, a fragile pause amid the universe's relentless entropy. In this fleeting window, the moon's silent depths may cradle the earliest sparks of renewal, a reminder that life persists in the most unlikely corners of existence. Yet, as we stand at the threshold of this cosmic migration, questions linger like echoes. Does our reverence for these worlds match the universe's own patience? Will our choices carve paths of preservation or pave roads to destruction? The universe's vast silence seems to ask us, in the face of eternity's gentle unfolding, what will we choose to become? And in the end, isn't it the quiet inevitability of change that guides us all toward the same horizon, toward what is yet to come?